What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. I guess at this point you could ask, will the Lakers be better without Anthony Davis going forward? Seems like that's the notion that's being put out there as we speak. And if you ask me, they're not going to be much better. They might be a little bit better. And let me preface that when I say that. When I think of Russell Westbrook, the one reason why I feel like he's struggling the most, or he hasn't lived up to expectation or played to close to the level that people are used to him playing, because he's not a number 3 player. At best, Russell Westbrook has always been a number 2. He's never been a number 3. He doesn't even know how to play the role. He's never been in it, and he really doesn't want to be in it. And if you ask him, he should be the show, and everybody else should be on the back burner. And that's just the way Russell Westbrook plays, and that's the way he thinks. So now that Anthony Davis is out the picture, this allows Russell Westbrook to kind of be more of himself, play a little bit more freer, and not try to do too much, because when Anthony Davis is in the game, he clogs up the lane, in the paint at times, and he demands the ball when he's out on the perimeter, whereas he's not going to be there for at least 4 to maybe 8 weeks or more. Russell Westbrook has an opportunity to kind of be himself some, but he has to kind of slow down still, because the Lakers like to play more of a half-court basketball system, whereas that really doesn't fit Russell Westbrook, which is one reason why he struggles a lot, because he doesn't really fit that style. He's more of blazing fast, fast-paced basketball, and everybody gets up down the court, and we're moving 24/7, and that's just the way he is. But with LeBron James, you can't do that. So, which is another reason why Russell Westbrook has struggled. But I feel like Russell Westbrook will have more of an impact on these games coming up, because he doesn't have nobody clogging the lane. He doesn't have another superstar demanding the ball when it's just him and LeBron. Him and LeBron's going to have to be the sole ones to go out there and put the team on their back and try to win. And with that being said, Russell Westbrook is definitely ready to take on the challenge, because he loves to take shots. He loves to be the guy. He loves to be the alpha. And, he loves the spotlight, of course, because he's a superstar. And when you think about it from that standpoint, that's why I said the Lakers might be a little bit better if LeBron could stay healthy, of course. They might be a little bit better because, like I said, Anthony Davis, when he's on the floor, sometime with Anthony Davis, you get a top 5, top 10 player, and then sometime on the floor, you get a top 20, 25 player. And one thing about Russell Westbrook, he gives you everything he got. He plays the same every single night if he's given the opportunity. He's not changing. So that's just the way it is with Russ, but at least you know what you're getting. The problem with Anthony Davis is you don't know what you're getting half the time. Sometimes he looks like he's one of the great players in the NBA, scoring like 42 and 17, and then some nights he'll give you 17 points and 8 rebounds. Something that Russell Westbrook can do. So it's like, Anthony Davis is so up and down, which is one reason why I posed the question a few days ago in regards to Anthony Davis. Like, what do they need to do with him? Do they need to go ahead and trade him while he still got value? Because he just doesn't seem like overall he's living up to expectation. I mean, I know injuries, you can't help injuries, and nobody's trying to knock him for that. I'm just saying that since the bubble, has he played like a top 5, top 10 player? No, he hasn't. He's played below that, and that's not what the Lakers are looking for, and that's not what they expected when they picked him up, when they got him, when they traded away all those young players, when LeBron wanted some veteran players in there, and they did get the championship out of there. You can't deny him of that. But at the same time, Anthony Davis should be way more dominant, and he should be way more looked at as a top 5 player in the league because of his talent. But it just doesn't show from night to night. So in my estimation, they can't be no worse than with Russell Westbrook, because Russell Westbrook, if he's getting the opportunity if you give Russell Westbrook the opportunity to get the green light, he's going to shoot, he's going to score, he's going to make mistakes, he's going to get assists, he's going to be the Russ almost like he was in OKC. Maybe not quite as high tone like that, but he'll still be effective. And now, will they win? I'm not sure, because the one thing not having Anthony Davis can hurt with them is It could hurt that they don't have that extra defense. They're already a bad defensive team anyway. So now that you don't have Anthony Davis in there who can alter some shots, block some shots, now it might be a little bit tougher. So they might have to just use Dwight Howard a little bit more, which I think they should do that anyway, just because he's a big body, 7-footer. Of course, he's not the Dwight Howard he used to be, but still, he's still a big body. He can disrupt some things. And like I said, Frankie V is going to have to just try to find some ways to get other guys to help out and pitch in to make up for the points that Anthony Davis scores per game, or what should I say, he's supposed to score every game, because in my estimation, he's supposed to score 28 and 16 a game. I mean, that's what Anthony Davis should be averaging a game, 28 and 16. Just he should be. He's got that type of talent, but he doesn't do it. So now they're just going to have to try to find scoring from other areas, and they have to try to find some other defense from other areas, which is going to be hard because they're not really a good defensive team anyway. But at the same time, they do got some favorable matchups coming up. They do have the Clippers coming up. I don't personally think that's a favorable matchup, but when you look at Clutch Points and all these other websites, when they talk about the Lakers, that's a favorable matchup for the Lakers, but the Lakers haven't beat them none this season. And the Clippers haven't had Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, or one or two, or if not both occasions that they played. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how is that a favorable matchup? But even still, they say it is, so we'll just go with that. But if that's a favorable matchup, well, maybe the Lakers will find a way to pull a win out against one of, because I think they play them like twice in like the next 2 weeks. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes. But I personally don't think it's a favorable matchup. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers won those 2 games, if you ask me. But, I mean, we'll see. And we'll see exactly how it fares. But I will say the offense will look a little bit different with Russ being the number 2 guy instead of the number 3 guy on the team. And, for a while, he'll definitely have the green light, I believe. So, with that being said, we're going to have to see how it pans out for the Lakers, because right now I just don't think whether he's number 2, number 3, or LeBron's number 1, I really don't see it going far. I mean, they're a play-in tournament team at best, unless they really, really make a huge turnaround. And that's where they are, and they're going to have to try to fight their way into the playoffs, and hopefully they won't draw a team too hard like maybe the Warriors or the Suns and get knocked out the first round, which that's what it looks like is going to happen. So, I mean, it's a race, but at the same time, the Lakers are not close to winning it. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes, but I definitely think that the offense, of course, will look a little different, but I definitely think it'll still be effective, because they got a lot of good pieces, you know what I'm saying, offensively, but defensively wise, they're not going to stop anybody. And that's the problem that they're going to have and they face even more, because they don't have Anthony Davis in the paint, who is a decent shot blocker when he decides to be. So, like I said, it's tough with the Lakers. The Lakers are such a up and down team. They could win 1 or 2 games and lose about 5 or 6 in a row. I mean, it's just a piss poor season for them, and I don't know if LeBron's going to stay after this season, based upon what he's seeing. And everybody's talking about how he was mad that Rob Pelinka didn't pull the trigger on any trades or anything like that. But I mean, what is the point? Really, there's nothing out there that's going to make you better. You know what I'm saying? You might as well stick with what you have, and that's the way the Lakers front office sees it, and that's the way it is. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section as always, and hey, Khaliis out.